The year was 1994. 1994 was the year of great video game releases such as Donkey Kong Country, Super Metroid, even the PlayStation was released in this year. But one game truly stood out from the others. Most of you would probably guess Earthbound, and I'm not surprised considering the state of my YouTube channel at this point. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. In 1994, on Groundhog's Day, was the release of possibly the greatest Sonic game to this day. Sonic 3. This game was a major improvement from Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, even Sonic CD. There's a save feature, elemental shields which function like power-ups, a multiplayer race mode, and even Knuckles the Echidna. Unfortunately, you couldn't play as Knuckles, plus there were only 6 zones in the entire game, but later that year, SEGA released Sonic and Knuckles, a game where you could play as either Sonic or Knuckles, which also had lock-on technology. If you locked this game onto Sonic 2, you could play as Knuckles in Sonic 2. If you locked this game onto Sonic 1, you could play the Blue Sphere stages from Sonic 3. But if you locked this game onto Sonic 3, you would get Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the true Sonic 3 experience. 14 zones, Hypersonic, more special stages to play. There was so much more you could do by locking the games together, but the best part was that you can now play the game as Knuckles. The story was actually pretty different as well, instead of being about Knuckles chasing down Egg Robo. So, there was a lot to do. But maybe you really like Knuckles. Maybe you like Knuckles so much that you want a game only about Knuckles. And no, Knuckles Chaotix doesn't count. In Japan it was just known as Chaotix. This game, or should I say ROM hack, is known as Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles. So, from the looks of it, this game stars Knuckles, as if that wasn't obvious. He glitches all throughout the screen, and the two options given to you are Chuckle and Oh No. I guess we'll check out Oh No first. Oh no, it's just the race mode. Our only other choice is to be like Sonic, so let's go with that. And they weren't kidding. Every character is replaced with Knuckles. So, let's see. You can play as Knuckles and Knuckles, 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 or Knuckles. Yeah, this is a really tough decision. Also, what's even better is that if you scroll to the very right, you can see that they replaced the Dr. Robotnik the lead sprite with no other than Thigh who flexes his muscles. I guess for this, we'll be playing as Knuckles and Knuckles, because who wouldn't want to? Heck, they even let you do this in Sonic Mania. Hold on a second, that is not Knuckles piloting the plane, that's Tails. I've been lied to, this is not Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles. Anyways, Knuckles goes Super Knuckles, I think. And then Knuckles, and no, not the one we're playing as, attacks us and steals our Chaos Emeralds. Then another Knuckles glides down, and we're in Angel Island Zone. I hope that didn't just fly over everyone's heads. Before anyone asks, no, you do not have the same abilities as Knuckles, you still play just like Sonic does, and it's the same with Tails, they've just been reskinned. Although, I guess it is cool to be able to use the Elemental Shield powers with Knuckles. Also, the music now contains those Go sound effects played in launch-based zones, so I hope you don't get tired of that. When you enter a special stage, you appear as... Red Sonic and Red Tails. I don't know if they couldn't change their sprites to Knuckles in these stages or whatever it is, but it's still kind of weird. The stages play the same as normal, but they did change the appearance of the red spheres with color palette swap versions of the white spheres that knock you back. Yeah, I don't get it either. Oh hey, Knuckles turns blue into water and... well, that's a lot of goes. But in this case it makes perfect sense because invincibility is temporary, so Knuckles, go! Also, it looks like I was wrong. The ghost sound effect isn't the only one that they added. Oh no, how are the bonus stages executed? Actually, aside from the music, basically the same. I would have assumed that there would be something wrong with these considering the special stages, but I guess not. But, is it just me or are there 2 random pixels right below the total rings you have? Whoa, what's wrong with the music? All I did was get a 1-up, and it became all scrambled and crap. None of the sound effects even play. I guess I lost the music to RNG, dude. Okay, now the first mini-boss fight, which is really easy. And with the fire shield, it's even easier than it already is. Apparently the bubble shield is actually the blood shield. Wait, they called him Nux? Or is Nux supposed to mean, like, a group of Knuckles? Hey look, it's Eggman. I mean, Robotnik. I mean, Volumic. You know what? Screw it. After making it through Act 2, we come across the first main boss, which is Knuckles! Betrayed me, Knuckles. You taught me everything I needed to know. There you go, that's what you get for wasting time chuckling. By the way, the bubble shield really helps in releasing the animals. Speedrunning tactics. Oh my gosh. Knuckles is stuck in place. So, after we release the animals, we head to the bridge and... It's Knuckles? I thought I defeated you. Is it just me, or does Hydro City Zone sound a little weird? Maybe one of the sound channels is just off. Actually, now that I think about it, the ghost probably replaced one of them. Angel Island Zone did sound a little off as well. Oh no, the drowning music is even worse. The ghost starts speeding up along with the music and it makes the track even more intense. Although it does make sense, you should go get a bubble or get out of the water before you drown. Okay, I actually kind of like the Go remix of the Gumball Machine bonus stage. I don't know why, I just do. Remix is even better with all those other sound effects, so I'd say this is one of the better songs in the ROM hack. Why is Flying Battery now playing, and what is with that bass? Okay, this glitch is really inconsistent. Sometimes it gives us crappy dubstep. Sometimes it gives us the awesome Flying Battery music with a weird bass added. But now, it's the complete opposite, where there's no music, but there's sound effects. I have no words. Still, I have nothing. Uh-oh, I'm getting deja vu. Oh look, it's Knuckles again, I knew it. Also, I just realized he's actually more pink than we Knuckles are. I mean, I know we're blue right now, but we were red. Anyways, this is the second boss. That thing that Dr. Robotnik wrote, but now it's Knuckles, and in Sonic Mania, they reversed the way this boss fight works. By the way, the bubble shield is really helpful in this fight. Whoa, Tuckles just glitched away. And yes, I'm now calling him Tuckles, as in Tails Knuckles. By the way, this remix is awesome. Well, that's probably just because it's Marble Garden Zone, which is already an awesome track, but that's not saying much because all the music in this game is great. So, how is this boss battle going to work? Tails can fly on like Knuckles, so is it just going to be the gliding animation, or do they go out of their way to make a flying sprite? Oh, of course they just went Former. Well, I guess I would do the same thing. But now, to defeat Robot Knuckles. Do you see where I'm going with this naming convention? And you thought they couldn't make Carnival Night sound even worse than it already did. And to your right is the infamous Barrel of Doom, even more annoying than Whitney's Mill Tank. After collecting the 7th Dragon Ball, sorry, Chaos Emerald, well, whatever, same thing. But anyways, now we can transform into... Super Knux. Hey, we already established something. Knux is supposed to mean a group of Knuckles, so don't just start changing the rules of grammar 4 zones in. Okay, I'm a little worried. Super Knux will probably be awesome, but it could also break the game completely. Well, how much more broken can this hack get, honestly? Nope, I take it back. Super Knux is literally the second best thing, only behind the inevitable Hyper Knux. This is clearly the definitive way to play Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles. I don't care what people say. Ice Cap Zone isn't overrated at all. Also, I've never played through the Knuckles story of Sonic 3, but I don't think he started the level via snowboard, so this must have been a unique sprite the creators made. But correct me if I'm wrong. Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles would like to inform you that you shouldn't grab a giant ring after collecting all the Chaos Emeralds. Well, it's Knuckles fighting us Knuckles again, and he's easy to defeat because we're Super Knuckles, and screw it. What interesting thing am I supposed to say now? As if any of this video is interesting. Why am I even doing this? What's the point of this video? What is Knuckles supposed to be? What's Sonic? What is a video game? Why is the Star Wars fanbase fundamentally worse than the Sonic fanbase? Okay, maybe not that. Well, if you didn't like the Goes and Launch Base Zone already, then I would just avoid playing this ROM pack up to this far. Or, you know, you could just turn the music off. But why would you do that? Sonic music is always awesome. Even Sonic 06 had great music. But where did Knuckles' bottom half go? It's now Robotnik's pants, but there's like a split in the middle. I'm also gonna guess that the Knuckles snowboarding sprite wasn't unique either. Also, did Sonic not see how pathetic this boss can be if you jump behind it? Bye, Tuckles. So, the actual non-sprite swap Knuckles punches the Eggmobile like an idiot, and then of course, the Death Egg starts to launch into space. But, a cutscene slower than Diamond and Pearl later, we just conveniently fly over to this random platform. I've never understood why Robotnik built it in the first place. Then, we have a boss that can be easily exploited if you go super. Actually, that's all the bosses. Unfortunately, SEGA just had to remove the Big Arms mech boss, so that's the end of the Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles 3 section. Tuckles, I'm sorry, but that's not humanly possible. Oh yeah, you're an anthropomorphic Red-a-Kid in a reskin box. Hey, I thought we killed Knuckles. I mean, I would never do that intentionally, but we went super and everything. Anyways, we can now go down here and... Finally! No songs that contain 1,000 goes in it. Son of a... I'm not even gonna bother. So, now let's get all the Super Emeralds and become more broken than ever. Yeah, I think you're having way too much fun with that. Yes, I did get all the Super Emeralds. And yes, all in Mushroom Hill. It is possible, you know, and I didn't even screw up once. But for some reason, I can't for the life of me finish all the Super Special stages on Sonic Mega Collection on GameCube. I don't know why that is, but I fear it could be what all the Melee fanboys were dreading about all these years. Input lag. This kind of thing should be banned. We should start a strike and boycott all TV manufacturers until they somehow get rid of input lag in TVs by default. No turning on a game mode that you can't even get to because you lost your TV remote. No busting out the old CRT. We need this to happen, and quickly. Maybe I should make some sort of change.org petition about this. I mean, it'll make more sense than convincing Disney to remove The Last Jedi from the official Star Wars canon! But oh no, it looks like I went on that tangent for too long and I made it to Hidden Palace Zone within that time. I totally didn't just cop out and play through the rest of the game up to this point so I wouldn't have to commentate over 3 more zones. Anyways, now we have to fight the real Knuckles, but since we have over 50 rings and we got all the Super Emeralds, we can just go Hyper Knux on him and finish him off easier than those character fights from Sonic Adventure. Although, even without going Hyper, this fight is really pathetic. And now, all the Knuckles are here, with Robot Knuckles stealing the Master Emerald, Real Knuckles chasing him, and us Snockles and Tuckles just watching them both. Oh, Shuckle. Knuckles is so evil that he would electrocute himself for the Emerald. Also, I just realized that Tuckle's sprite is smaller than the others. How did I not notice that? Yeah, I literally don't know what to say. I don't know about you guys, but Death Egg Zone is probably my favorite zone in the entire game. The music is awesome, the level is challenging in a good way, and the speed sections are all really cool. What does this have to do with the ROM hack? There are 3 Knuckles on board, but they're all reskins. Figure it out. And finally, we're at the second to last boss of Death Egg, where Robot Knuckles finally changes pants and is now testing our patience with this boss, the Death Ball. To beat it, you have to drop these spike rolling things onto the non-shielded areas. Even going Hyper doesn't help aside from the fact that you won't get hurt. I think Adam Korlick helped design this machine or something. And now he's back with the Robotnik pants. Oh no, I think I'm getting Sonic 2 Deja Vu. They don't even give you the decency of any rings, just the ones you hopefully didn't lose while fighting the last boss. Although, this first phase is really easy, all you have to do is spin dash between the fingers. Or mess up like I did. Let's be honest, how many people actually knew that they were supposed to hit the body of the robot to uncover its weak spot, and then hit that weak spot and then actually avoid the beam? All while worrying about timing out. Maybe this is why so many people prefer Sonic 2. Oh yeah, and factor in people who were killed at this part because they hit Robotnik at the wrong time. They actually did it. They actually made Knuckles flying through Doomsday Zone. Granted, it's just Sonic, but still. They went out of their way to make this possible and not just add in a super glitchy sprite like in some other instances. This is the final stretch. It's Knuckles versus Robot Knuckles. Will Hyper Knuckles be able to guide the missiles into the blue shielded Defect robot? And finally, the robot is finished off to reveal... Dang it, Sonic 2! Well, guess what? I'm Hyper Knuckles, and I need to finish you off quickly before I run out of rings and die. I know I have a lot already, but it's still not enough for some reason. There we go. I'm finally finished with this game. Give me the Master Emerald, let me fly down back to Earth, somehow not catching on fire, and just let me conveniently land on Tails' plane. Wait, Tails? Excuse me? Where's Tuggles? Hold on a second. That is not Knuckles. That's just Sonic, but red. Have I been lied to this entire time? Maybe I should make a conjecture. A video gaming conjecture about this. What if there was a kid who was so obsessed with Knuckles, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and he was one day found dead because a red echidna killed him. Then, the kid was stuck in purgatory, misremembering his favorite game as just starring Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles. But, he starts getting his memory back, and that explains why he sees Sonic and Tails and Robotnik as well in this game on occasion. I know this conjecture has tons of holes in it, but I'm not going to cover them up to save time and rake in more views. So, if it isn't obvious, this ROM hack is a complete mess. I hope everyone enjoyed me suffering through this entire game, because it sure did take a while. If you don't like Sonic 3 and Knuckles for some strange reason, then I would avoid this ROM hack at all costs. But if you do like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I would still avoid this ROM hack at all costs. You'll probably get screwed over by a glitch or bug more than possible in the original game, but maybe play this if you're as masochistic as me and you have an odd obsession with Knuckles. Anyways, this is Blue Nintendo, and Happy New Year, 2018 now. Or at least when this is going to be uploaded. This is what made Cybershell question his sanity.